Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to do something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I do have a real SM7B that I use for my podcasts and all my videos. And I needed to get another one for a podcast that I'm going to do where it's more than one person. So I had seen a video before with some creators doing some tests between the real SM7Bs and the fake SM7Bs. And I said to myself, you know what? The podcast doesn't need to be like this crazy production. And obviously these are way, way cheaper than the real ones. So I thought to myself, let me get a fake one. I bought one on AliExpress. I think this was like 80 bucks shipped. And I wanted to take a look at it and see if there was a gigantic difference or a big enough difference where you can tell the audio quality from the fake one and a real one. So again, got this from, you know where it came from. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do some audio samples from both. I'll put that into Premiere. No, sorry, just recently switched over to Final Cut Pro. So I'll put that into Final Cut Pro, do a little bit of post-processing, and see if you can actually tell the difference between a $400 mic and an $80 mic. So to get started, let's go ahead and unbox this thing, see what it looks like on the inside, see, put the real one and the fake one next to each other and see if you can tell the difference. After that, I will go ahead and just blank out the screen and I'll just read you. I had Gemini just create me a little 30-second short story, and I'll let you decide which one sounds better. I think it's an interesting dynamic, an interesting video to see if the real one is actually worth 5 times. And I'm not here to do all the other stuff about obviously them copying Shure's design and all that, and that's a whole nother video and a whole nother conversation. I'm just trying to see if the quality is worth the difference. So let's get started. Yeah, this box is pretty beat up, coming all the way from where. Let's see. This even has they really went above and beyond to make you believe here. All right, here's a moment of truth. Oh, this is the whole thing here. Okay. Let's see what's it here. Okay. So this, you can already tell this doesn't look like the original one at all. Look at the one that it's supposed to come with. So. Alright, here's a moment of truth. Let's see what this thing looks like, and we'll compare it to my real one. It comes with a new cover. Okay, so right off the bat, this feels lighter. It doesn't feel as heavy as the other one. Oh, this already has these. Okay. Alright, so that's an extra one that they sent you. Okay, so this, yeah, you can tell this is much different than the original one. So So that right there. This is another dead giveaway, as the original one doesn't do that. Let's look at the... Let's take this off. I have read that the cheaper or the fake ones, you can't really clamp them down. Yeah, you see, even when they're pretty clamped down already, and they still move. So, gonna be interesting to hear this. Let's bring over the other one, the real one, and see. Let me disconnect it here. Okay, so right off the bat, the weight difference is huge. This one is super heavy. This one is not. As you can tell, this cable, look at the difference between this one and this one. There's a pretty big difference there. This one does not have any writing on the top, and this one does. Interesting. Oh, I think it's because... Oh, no, yeah. This one does not have any writings. Let's take off the cover here. It is quite different. I don't know if you can tell there, but it's going to be interesting to hear them. Look at the screws are different as well. This is a little bit of an older one, so it might just be a different, variant. But there you go. Let's hear them. Let's see what they sound like. The grandfather clock in the hallway didn't just chime, it exhaled. Elias stood before it, holding the rusted brass key he'd found in the floorboards. The grandfather clock in the hallway didn't just chime, it exhaled. Elias stood before it, holding the rusted brass key he'd found in the floorboards. The air in the house felt heavy, like a held breath. He inserted the key and turned. Instead of a mechanical click, he heard a soft, rhythmic thump, thump. The air in the house felt heavy, like a held breath. He inserted the key and turned. Instead of a mechanical click, he heard a soft, rhythmic thump, thump. The pendulum began to swing, but the hands didn't move forward. They raced backwards, blurring into a silver circle. Outside the window, the sun plummeted below the horizon. The pendulum began to swing, but the hands didn't move forward. They raced backwards, blurring into a silver circle. Outside the window, the sun plummeted below the horizon, rose in the west, and plummeted again. Elias looked down at his hands. The wrinkles were smoothing out, the liver spots fading into clear, youthful skin. Rose in the west, and plummeted again. Elias looked down at his hands. The wrinkles were smoothing out, the liver spots fading into clear, youthful skin. He smiled. He had finally found a way to say the one thing he'd missed his chance to say 40 years ago. He smiled. He had finally found a way to say the one thing he'd missed his chance to say 40 years ago. So now that we've had a chance to listen to them, the fake SM7B is option A. The real SM7B is option B. So did you get that right? Were you able to get that correct? All right, so I had some time to listen to it. I already listened to it, and obviously I'll intertwine this video here. To my ears, it definitely sounds like the real SM7B does sound a little better. I did notice also that the fake one is much louder, so I do have to mess with it a little bit. Again, I recorded them both exactly the same way. I didn't make any changes to it. Once enhanced, and once the volume gets brought down a little bit on the fake one, it is pretty close. And I think if you don't hear them side by side, I'm not sure if you can really tell the difference. Now, I have both. Obviously, I'm gonna record with the real one for all my stuff, but for a podcast, I think they both sound pretty damn good. Is the real one worth, what are we talking, like almost five, I don't know, math is hard, 5 times the price, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, and if gun to my head, I don't think it is. So all in all, it's pretty close. It's gonna be up to you if you think that it's worth the difference. I think it was a pretty good example here, and I'm interested to see what you think. Leave in the comments what your thoughts are. Do you think the real one is worth much more than this fake one? Again, there's a lot of fakes out there, so this is the one I got. I'm not sure if there's better ones or worse ones. I'm not even sure how you would know which one you're getting. And there you go. Make sure to leave your comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.